Welcome to day 4, friends. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a really very vital, important piece of being a coach, which is running groups. And I know that this can feel really overwhelming. And I think actually a lot of coaching can feel overwhelming if you choose to look at it through that filter. So I'm just going to explain how I've done this as a day 1 coach, what I did. Before I understood what Beachbody coaching was, I joined my coach in a group, and that group had 3 other people. There was actually only 2 other people until her sister joined towards the very end. So there was 4 of us total, and basically she showed up every single day and she made a morning post and she asked us to participate. She asked us to share our journey, imperfect as it was. And so I did that. I was coachable. I was like, okay, I'm going to share my accountability photos. I'm going to log when I get my workout. I'm going to share a question or a struggle or a victory. And I noticed that when I did that, along with doing my workouts, I had such a great transformation because I was being engaged in my journey. I wasn't just being a secret peeping Tom. And I know a lot of you are peeping Tom. So I'm not going to try and shame you or anything like that because this is your journey. But it's such an important part of our challengers, of our clients, of us as coaches to get a really amazing transformation, to feel like we have that community, and also to plug in and just share the journey, okay? So as a day 1 coach, I'm going to encourage you to start your own group. This last year with my coach tribe, I encouraged them to plug into my group, which is the Positive Vibe Tribe PVT Fit Club. That was the very first day 1 group I created 4.5 years ago, and I've kept it running ever since. Every single month we do a fresh theme so people can re-engage, but I was like, just add your challengers in, add your clients in, plug in, and work on your own journey. But this year, the 2020, I'm going to encourage everyone, whether or not you've been a coach for 3 years or you've been a coach for 2 minutes, to create your own group. Even if there's only one person in that group with you, this is your place to shine. This is your place to put your own personality, your own struggle, your own victory, your own spin on what we do as coaches. That is how you're going to have momentum in your business, because you can't try and be a mini Sarah. You can't try and be a mini Carl or a mini Jericho. That's not going to be authentic. You need to be you, whoever that is. Whoever you are right now in this moment, be you and share your struggles and share your victories and share your recipes, because the people who need your message are going to benefit most from that. So we have a gazillion resources as coaches, and one of the super cool things that we get access to is something called our Coach Online Office. And so as a coach, you pay a monthly coach fee, which is $15.95 US, and it's waived if you're a veteran, or if you're married to a veteran, or you're married to someone who's active duty. You have 0 coaching fee, okay? You're just paying for your actual product that you're using. But the perk to paying that coach fee is that you get access to so many resources. And we have these things called challenge group guides, and there's one for literally every single program that's ever come out, from PIO to Core de Force to BAR to a nutrition group, right? And so you can literally cut and paste those posts into your group. You can schedule them ahead of time, so it's not like you're attached to your phone, living on it all the time. But I'm going to encourage you to share whatever is happening in your life. I always try and schedule my morning post to be something inspirational, because that's what resonates with me. That's what I need. I need to start my day with positivity and gratitude. And so that's how I lead my groups, is we start with something that's inspirational. And so the cool thing about having a group is that you get to put your own spin on it, and you get to help people get results. As coaches, we're not moms. I mean, we are moms, but we're not the mothers of our challengers and clients. We're not their wives. We're not we are a virtual accountability source, but it's up to people to own their own journeys. I can give you the tools, just like I can share what coaching is, but I can't force anyone to do it. You have to have that drive inside of you. And it's not about being super motivated. It's about you understanding why this matters to you and why you need to be showing up to your imperfect journey every single day, progress over perfection. So having a group is really such a powerful piece of your own accountability journey. There's been lots of seasons, lots of days where I don't necessarily want to work out, but because I need to show up in that group, I put my big girl panties on and I freaking do it. And that's going to be the same for you guys. You get to create whatever it is you need and then share that with the people who are committed to working with you. So maybe you just need to run a nutritional group, or maybe you're going to do like a sugar detox group. There's so many free resources out there. It's not like you have to create all this content. There's tons of content that you can repurpose and that you can reword and that you can use to help your people and yourself get traction on your journey. So running a group, it seems like it might be really complicated, but it's really not. It's as simple as you adding one friend, one accountability buddy, one fellow coach into a group. And you could pair up. You could do it with another friend. You could do it with, if you have a coach that wants to, like a person that's going to sign up as a coach with you and you're going to do it together, be accountability buddies. You can run that group together. There's no right or wrong way. Some people like to have themed groups like Harry Potter. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's just not my jam. So I don't do it. But like I said, that's the cool thing about coaching is you get to put your spin on it and you get to make it, maybe it's going to be a spiritual group. Maybe it's going to be an energy group. Maybe it's going to be, you're going to do a Bible study group. Like whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you need, your people need that too. So running a group, it's really important. As I'm moving into 2020, my focus is to build more Beachbody believers. I have had success as a coach because I wholeheartedly believe in this. I wholeheartedly believe in Shakeology. I drink it every single day. I wholeheartedly believe in our mission as a company. We're not just here to sell stuff, to sling product. We're here because we want people to live healthy, happy, fulfilled lives. It's not about the number on the scale or the size of your clothes. It's not about how you look. It's about how you feel. And when you feel a certain way, when you put investments and little like daily deposits in your journey, listening to something that inspires you, drinking your water, practicing self-care, moving your body. When you start to do those things, focusing on your gratitude, you put deposits in your piggy bank. And so those are the things that matter to me. That's how I have chosen to coach, and that's how I'll continue to coach. But I want more of my people who've chosen to work with me to become Beachbody believers, just like me, because I know that it's part of the reason why I've had such success as a coach, because I believe in it. I believe in it. It's made my life better. I would not be here in this moment as the mom and the wife and the friend and the coach that I am if I hadn't gone all in with my journey. And a lot of you who are watching, you're part of the coach tribe and you're kind of struggling with your self-belief and you're not too sure. You see it working for other people, but it's been really hard for you to get momentum on your own journey. I'm telling you, this isn't an overnight thing. You can't just all of a sudden send out some messages and people are going to line up and say, take my money, because that's not what we do. As coaches, we have to instill belief. We have to share our own journeys. We have to show that it works, and you have to believe in the value. There's so much value, you guys. Like, we ask people to go all in with tools, but they're tools that they will use, and they're tools that are going to help them get results, and they're tools that are going to sow lifelong healthy habits. It's not about crazy diets or restrictions or insane workouts. It's about you making that commitment to showing up to your own journey every single day. So like I said, you're going to create a group when you become a coach, and it doesn't have to have 500 people in it. It might just have 2 or 3. It might have 10 or 15. But we all have people in our lives, especially this time of year. You guys, you look around, you see all the people who are struggling with health, are struggling with their mindset, or they're struggling with finding something that works for them, that makes them feel good, that doesn't make them feel bad. People who don't want to go to the gym, that feel overwhelmed. There's so many people. This is such a critical time of the year, and this is a time where you can just explode your business and change so many lives if you go all in, if you believe in this, and then you practice what you preach and you show up for the long haul. Not the, I'll give it 30 days, I'll give it 6 months. No, you need to have the belief that this will work, and then you need to do the work and show up every single day. Just like with your fitness and nutrition journey. It doesn't have to be perfect. Some is better than none, but you have to have that vision of what's possible. And if you're like, I don't know what's possible, well, let me tell you, there's people who've retired their husbands, that have brought them home from the military, that have brought them home from law enforcement. There's so many people that have built their dream homes. Like one of the coaches on our team, Tony Furtado, he was a school teacher, and he always just became a coach because he was tired of struggling. If he needed a new tire, or it was birthdays or Christmas, and so he became a coach because he already had a passion for helping people, and he already loved fitness. And now he built his dream home, and he has a massive gym in his basement, and he sleeps until noon and hangs out with his diabetic cats. Like, that's the beauty of this business. It can become whatever it is you need it to be. It can create complete financial freedom. There's no guarantees. Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of income, but I'm telling you that my goal is to be a top coach. My goal is to be one of the top 10 and the entire network. It's to be financially free. It's to retire my spouse. It's to build our dream home. It's to have 2 residences. I want to come back to the desert, and I also want to live up here. That's my goal. And I am going to show up every single day and pour into my groups and pour into my messages and pour into those of you who ghost me and go dark and quit your journey 500 freaking times, because that used to be me. I was you once upon a time, but I've changed. I've transformed with the help of these programs and with personal development in my life every single day, reading a book that inspires me, changing my mindset, listening to something that's inspiring and positive instead of like news and drudgery and all of the ugly. There's enough ugly in this world. We do not need to spend more time and energy focusing on that. Coaching has gifted me so many amazing things. And sometimes I lose sight of all the things I've gained, especially like right now. We're on the cusp of a new year, and it's easy to be like, at the beginning of 2019, I thought that I would be I thought I'd have all these boxes checked, and I thought I'd be in a different place in my journey. And so many of us do that. We don't focus on all the ways we've won. We focus on all the ways we're falling short. And if you're in our fitness community, I went live earlier before my workout, and I asked you to not should all over the place and not be focused on the rearview mirror, to take a little time today or the next week and focus on all the ways that you did show up and a few areas of opportunity that you can realign, because that's what this is about. It's not about living a perfect life. It's not about being 100%. It's just about you staying committed to what matters to you and you getting back in alignment whenever you get off track, because it happens. It still happens to me 4.5 years in. I get off track. I lose sight of what matters. I get discouraged, or I get focused on something that doesn't really matter. And so coaching has been such a gift, and running groups is part of that. And some of you are like, oh, I don't want to. But I always tell my new coaches, I encourage them to start their own groups. And it's kind of like when you were a kid and you were like babysitting or whatever, and there was another parent around, and so you didn't really feel like you could own it. Or maybe you had a new job and someone was like, shadowing you. You didn't really feel like you could own it until you were out of their vision and doing your own thing. And so that's the power of creating your own group, of creating your own place with whatever matters to you highlighted in there. Your people need your message. And it's going to take time for them to trust and believe in you. So you need to trust the process, and you need to believe in yourself and show up as you are right now, but also leveling up, doing the personal development, committing to your program. So if you're not committed to a program today, if you don't know what your plan is going into January, you need to figure that out. It doesn't have to be something massive or huge, or you're changing all areas of your life. But my focus that I'm sharing with PVT Fit Club is nutrition and mindset. Those are the 2 areas I feel like so many of us, if we can button those things up, we're going to get so many results in all areas of our life. So running groups, like I said, a lot of people tend to overcomplicate it. There's a gazillion resources available to you if you want to use them. Or you know what? You can just be a Sarah, and you can, copy shit from Pinterest, or come up with a quote, or have a gratitude challenge, or decide everyone's going to read the same personal development book, and everyone will show up and say if they've had their water, or if they've, eaten like they love themselves. Like, you don't have to have shiny graphics. You don't have to make it be this fantastic, amazing, people are signing contracts and doing stuff group. It's just about you owning who you are as a coach and a person, and what your struggles are, what your pain points are, what the things are that are so hard and uncomfortable for you, and sharing that really authentically and vulnerably. And in a group, it's private, you guys. So it's not like grandma's going to see it. It's not like your mother-in-law or your spouse is going to see it. It's a place for you to take off the layers. It's a place for you to share your real and really inspire people with your own vulnerability and your own transformation, and for you to come into your own power and share your own voice and your own victories. So running a group, it's really freaking awesome. And I think it's a really big gift as you develop into who you want to become, and you kind of like pretend and like put on that new you. So running a group, if you have any questions about that, drop a comment. If you are a coach in the tribe and you're watching this and you're like, oh, and you don't know where to find those resources, drop a comment or message me or whoever is your coach, and we'll help you figure it out. January is such a pivotal moment. It's such a powerful time for people to recommit. And I don't believe you have to wait for a January 1st, but here we are. Like, we're on the cusp of it. We're on the cusp of a new freaking decade. And so many people feel stuck and overwhelmed, and they don't know where to begin, and they feel like there's no hope. But there's always hope. There's always a place to begin, and it begins with the first step. It begins with you committing to your journey and trusting the process and saying, you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. Have my voice in your head. It doesn't need to be perfect. I just need to own where I am today. So I just did my workout. I didn't do what was supposed to happen. I didn't do what was on my calendar because that's not what I needed. I needed to show up today with joy. I needed to show up with a little bit of reflection. You know, like, this is what I could have done better, but this is where I'm at. My truth is I'm on vacation and I'm drinking a lot of wine. My truth is my husband's been gone. My truth is my furnace is broken and there's a million people coming in and out of my house and I'm super stressed out and worried about my animals. That's my real. So doing the workout I was supposed to do today, I could have done it. I could have strong-armed through it. I could have powerhoused through it, but like, why? I don't want to do something that won't bring me joy. I want to spend the very last day of 2019 honoring the journey and finding the joy and bringing my own transformation into being. True story. So if you need anything, let me know. If you're ready to get started, today is the very last day that us coaches have coupon codes. So if you want to get a challenge pack, if you want to get the tools you need to bring people along on the journey with you, let us know so we can get you one of those codes and get you cracking. You know, you don't have to start coaching right away, but I'm going to really encourage you to do it. And if you have been a coach for a while and you don't know where to begin, you know how you begin? You make a post and you share, this is my intention for 2020. This is how I ended 2019. Like, I did okay, but I have area of opportunity and I want to recommit to my journey. And more importantly, I just want to feel really good in my skin. And if any of you want to come on the journey with me, let's do it together, because there's so much power in transformation. People don't need to have an expert. They don't need you to know all the things, to have the sassy stuff. They don't need that. They just need you to be you. And if they're your people, if your message resonates with them, they're going to love you and they're going to link arms with you and they're going to go on the journey and help you figure it out together. Truth.